sweepstakes bingo, 24/7 poker, and exciting high limit slots, there's something for everyone to enjoy. From luxurious accommodations and exquisite dining at La Brisa to live entertainment and handcrafted cocktails at Temp Lounge, we thank you for choosing us as the premier casino, resort, brunch, and date night spot in Miami. Reimagined, redesigned. Rediscover Mikasuki Casino and Resort online at mikasuki.com.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
At Loan Depot, we're big on home. Home games, home teams, home field advantage, and you better believe it, home runs. For us, home means everything, which is why we're offering more options that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to loandepot.com and let us help get you home. That's loandepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
Step up to the plate with Terminix, the leader in pest protection for almost 100 years. We don't just hit home runs against termites. Since 1927, Terminix has defended homes and businesses nationwide from all kinds of pest curveballs. Trust Terminix to protect what matters most. Visit Terminix.com/Marlins to learn more. Because no one strikes out termites and pests like Terminix.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Well, the Marlins fall in walk-off fashion on Friday night at Fenway Park, the home of the Boston Red Sox, 2-1, the final score. The Marlins were buoyed by Sandy Alcantara, who was excellent today. 6 innings of 2-hit, 1-run ball. Sandy had the curveball working early. He really dialed up the fastball. Heater was up to about 98, 99 miles an hour. He had 7 punch-outs compared to just 1 walk in the effort against Sandy. 6 innings of 2-hit, 1-run ball, but unfortunately it was a Trevor Story walk-off single through the right side of the infield that plated Roman Anthony in the bottom of the 9th to finish the job on Friday. Take a look at the starting pitchers right now. Sandy and Lucas Giolito kind of went tit for tat between each other. And Sandy, again, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. He K'd 7. Lucas Giolito on the other side, 6 in the 3rd. He got an out in the 7th inning. He scattered 7 hits, just 1 run. It came on an RBI double from Kyle Stowers. You'll hear that highlight after the break. He walked just 1 and punched out 5. Giolito's ERA on the year now sits at 3.63. And this guy, over his last, 27 plus 6 and a third, 33 and a third innings, has allowed just 2 earned runs at Fenway Park. He has been unbelievable in this venue. On the Marlins side, the bullpen was excellent through the 7th and 8th. Anthony Bender, 1-2-3 inning, couple of punch-outs. Lake Bacher with a 1-2-3 8th inning. But unfortunately, Josh Simpson, the left-hander, came on. Clayton McCullough surely liked the pocket of a couple of lefties, right? You had the lefty Roman Anthony leading off and the lefty Jaron Duran hitting 3rd. Both those guys have struggled against left-handed pitching as opposed to right-handed pitching. Simpson, unfortunately, just couldn't get his way out of it. He walked 2. He hit Duran when he was trying to square around for a sacrifice bunt, and that earned run on the Story walk-off single was charged to Simpson. Calvin Fauché came on. Calvin only threw 2 pitches. The second one was put in play through the drawn-in infield on the right side. But the Boston bullpen, got to shout them out as well. Justin Wilson, he got 4 outs. He surrendered a hit, no runs, no punch-outs, and no walks. Garrett Whitlock came on. He got an out. And then Aroldis Chapman threw a 1-2-3, top of the 9th. The possible future Hall of Famer, the fireballing lefty, did get a punch-out in the effort. The number that jumps out, the Marlins 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 on base. Marlins out-hit the Red Sox tonight 9-3, but unfortunately they fall 2-1 in the series opener. We'll step aside. We'll play the highlights when we come back. 10th inning show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
This summer state.
New York last week. He got the win and the payoff pitch. X hits one high in the air and deep. Out to right. There's no doubt about this one. Homer number 2 on the year for X-Man, and Xavier Edwards did not miss a stitch. Who knew he had this in him? 104 off the bat, 402 feet out to right field, and a leadoff homer for power threat Edwards. Open scoring right away. Stowers at third, Otto at second. 2-2 to Jacob. On the way. And Marcy drills a ball out to right and deep. A line shot. Nearly gets to the concourse and gone. Out to right. He got a hanging sweeper and he did not miss it. Second homer of his career. Second homer against Gavin Williams in the first. And the Fish are pouring it on. 2-2. That one drilled again out to right and deep. That thing is gone. Marcy looks over to the first base dugout, pumps his fist, and now points towards the bullpen. Jacob Marcy, 3 for 3 with a pair of homers and tied no more. Gabby made a sign. 2-1. That one hit high in the air out to right center field, pretty deep. Schneemann is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Graham Pauley, he's heating up with the power stroke. His 4th homer on the year and his 3rd homer of the week. Graham Pauley gives the Fish some breathing room with a solo blast. It's 7-4 Marlins in the top of the 6th. In every clubhouse now. 1-0 pitch. That one lined into center field. That is in for a base hit. X can practically walk home from third base. Kyle Stowers gets right. His first hit of the night is an RBI single, and it's another run. It's 8-4 Marlins in the top of the 6th.
Radio Network.
Well, let's run you through the highlights here. Marlins fall to the Boston Red Sox on Friday night at Fenway Park, 2-1 on a walk-off single from Trevor Story in the bottom of the 9th. Don't have many highlights to play for you because this was a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Scoring began in the top of the 3rd. It was a double party early for the Fish. They were stringing hits together, or scattering hits, I should say, against Lucas Giolito. Their first 4 hits were doubles, and they came back-to-back in the top of the 3rd. Xavier Edwards extended his hitting streak to 10, and Kyle Stowers with RBI number 73. Advantage count for him, 2-0. Stowers lifts one high in the air, left center field. Duran is back. He's looking up at the monster, and that smacks high off that green wall. X will come around to score from second base. Kyle Stowers, 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles, and that is an RBI 2-bagger. Marlins on the board first, 1-0 Fish in the top of the 3rd.
The way that
There was a tremendous play defensively to really help out Sandy Alcantara, who again was cruising. He went 4 perfect to open a leadoff single from Trevor Story in the bottom of the 5th. But then he struck out Wilyer Abreu. He struck out Romy Gonzalez. Trevor Story stole second base. It was his 21st stolen base in as many attempts. He has not been caught this year. Abraham Toro shot an 102-mile-an-hour liner the other way. If it got down, it was likely tying the game at a run apiece. Graham Pauley had something to say about that. 0-1 to Abraham Toro on the way from Sandy. And that one sprayed, and a leaping grab from Pauley at third base. Wow, Graham Pauley at the hot corner for the Fish just went full vert into the sky and snared an RBI single, or would-be, from Abraham Toro. He looked like the Jordan logo up top. Graham Pauley. What a play, grabbing a liner, and the inning is over. Sandy Alcantara strands a man because of a top 10 play from Air Pauley. Air Pauley is right. Ahmed Jordan got a kick out of that in studio. I appreciate that. But that is how scoring held at 1-0 Fish through 5. We got to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sandy got 2 quick outs. He struck out Cedon Rafaela. He also got Carlos Narvaez to bounce out to short. But then he walked Roman Anthony. It was a very gritty at-bat from the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas alum and the South Florida native. And then Alex Bregman with a timely knock. 2-2. Anthony on the move. That one's sprayed down the right field line. It's a fair ball that's drifting into the corner towards Pesky's pole. Myers picks it out. They're waving Anthony. Dane's throw is cut off by the first baseman Wagaman, and that is an RBI double from Alex Bregman. 2-out foot traffic. Sandy got 2 men gone quickly in the 6th, and then a hard-fought-for walk from Roman Anthony. And the RBI double from Alex Bregman knocks this game at 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Felt like a taste of the Marlins' own medicine there, right? 2-out production with a walk and then an RBI double from Bregman. Scoring held. Bullpens did their job through the 7th and the 8th. Aroldis Chapman went 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th. To the bottom of the 9th, we went. Left-hander Josh Simpson came on to face that pocket of 2 lefties in the front 3 in Alex Cora's lineup. He walked Roman Anthony. He walked Alex Bregman, and he hit Jaron Duran with a curveball as he was squaring to bunt. He pulled it back, and the hit by pitch counted. So the bases loaded, nobody out. Calvin Fauché came on, and on the second pitch he threw. Trevor Story called game. Next pitch. Story with a bouncing ball that through the right side of the ball game is over. Trevor Story walks it off. Roman Anthony comes in from third base. It was a ground ball right through the right side of the drawn-in infield. X couldn't get it on the forehand. Wagaman couldn't get it on the backhand. And the Red Sox walk it off on Friday night at Fenway Park. 2-1, the final score. And that was how this ball game sounded. When we come back, we'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough. That's coming up on the 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
You needed some more production, and then you turned it into guys who are going to be now producing when you need them to.
1-0 pitch. Augustine lines into right field. That's in on a hop for a base hit. X rounding third. He's coming home. White's throw going to the plate. A little bit offline and just a touch late. And X comes in to score standing up from second. With 2 men gone, it's an RBI single for Augustine Ramirez, and the Marlins on the board again. It's 6-2 in the top of the 4th. Opposite of Texas's concern with him. They thought that he was going to be in an insane amount of pain.
Yeah.
Pitch to X. That one stung. Past the dive of the second baseman. Albies into right center for a base hit. Myers will score from second base, no problem. And Xavier Edwards got to 300 last AB. This time he pushes to 301. Afternoon, getaway day at 1:35. Jen Powell calls balls and strikes. 3-1. That one's sprayed into left field, down the line. Long run for Profar. He's still moving. That drops in. It's a fair ball. Hernandez was drifting towards third. Now he gets the run around home, and the throw coming home is late. That was a line hunter. Profar is explaining to the third base umpire, Chris Guccione, that he thought it bounced to the right of the chalk, or the left of the chalk, I should say. Yesterday has hit the skids a bit for his last few games. And the 1-2, that one cracked into right center. That is in for a base hit. That's going to keep on rolling for a while. Marcy around third. He comes in to score, and that's Major League RBI number 2 on hit number 3 from Troy Johnston. Stretching Cappy maybe 10 pitches further than you would if you were on 4. 0-1. Hernandez lifts that one high in the air, out to left and deep. Profar is back at the track. It is gone. Into the Marlins bullpen. Big Bert again, his 7th home run of the season, and it's a 2-run shot, 5-0 Fish in the top of the 5th. Marlins fall to the Boston Red Sox on Friday night at Fenway, 2-1, the final score. Marlins dropping this tough road trip. Continues to Fish down 58-64. The Red Sox, meanwhile, firmly in the American League wildcard race. They are 67-56. Let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
Tonight was a pretty incredible game, but with Sandy, how did he match the moment tonight?
By far, felt like that this was Sandy's best start of the season. I think from a execution standpoint, the quality of stuff that he threw, I thought this was definitely his best. I mean, a terrific changeup. His slider was very good, and you saw the fastball, the sinker tonight. So I thought this was his best outing for sure this season, and it was great, and just got to where I think just as this thing has gone on this year, it's felt like he had given us. This was such a great outing. And I felt that was the time there with a fully rested pen to acknowledge him for how well he did, and he fought it. And he, of course, wants to go back out there with how he kept going. But I felt like that was, an incredible outing by him, and another one we can build on, and that we were in a good spot, heading to the latter part of the game.
What came together for him tonight, though?
I think you could tell right away early in the outing just how. I think the command of the pitches, the execution seemed like it was just more complete. Really from inning one through there, his ability to land multiple pitches, get swing and miss, much more effective. When he got 2K tonight, his ability to expand where he went, how he wanted to, was much better. So this was one of those. It felt like he, kind of put everything together from a stuff and execution standpoint.
What was the challenge to Lucas Giolito?
Yeah, it's a really good changeup, and I thought honestly, offensively, we even against Lucas, like we collected some extra base hits. Like we scattered our hits more than really strung anything together. Had some balls that we hit hard that unfortunately, didn't fall our way. So I thought that the offense was good tonight. It just was unfortunate that we had bad aim on some of the balls we hit well, and just really didn't string some hits together.
The decision to go to Simpson tonight, that just what I guess the struggling to find the zone where you see.
Yeah, like Josh a lot, and believe Josh is going to be a key piece for us, and his ability to get out left is going to be a big part of that. And also throwing strikes, especially late in games, coming out of the pen is a critical thing, which Josh knows, and he's aware of that. And tonight he just didn't have, didn't have much feel for his pitches, and unfortunately had trouble finding the strike zone. I think we'll look back on this one, and it'll be a good moment for Josh while it stings for him right now and for us. This is, part of it, and still have a lot of confidence that Josh is going to be someone that will take down high leverage outs versus left for us. And tonight just was not good from a strike throwing perspective.
Ronnie was Ronnie up, and is he okay?
He had Ronnie up, and if we had taken the lead going into the ninth, we would have thrown Ronnie there, and decided with this on the road here with what it was to look to piece together the ninth tied in a different way.
Just going back to it, somewhat alluded to it, but is going with Simpson, or maybe if it had been someone else, how much are these also opportunities to see what they can do in these moments and help them, maybe whatever the result now, but moving forward?
I think we came into this season understanding that we were going to be able to provide a lot of opportunity for both position players and pitchers to get reps at the major league level, and for them to understand what it's going to take to be successful here, and be able to continue to evaluate that. And so I think this was a very high leverage opportunity for Josh, but I didn't hesitate to put him in there because believe that he is certainly more than capable of doing it. And tonight it just didn't go his or our way.
Do you see the last couple of nights, Stowers kind of finding his tiniest swing again?
Yeah, it seemed that way in Cleveland. Like he just missed a couple balls, but like it was getting closer. And tonight the pull side extra base hit was a really good sign. And then to go the other way, well, the walk. So yeah, it felt like he was getting closer in Cleveland with some of the swings he was taking, and tonight to be able to continue that.
Going back to what Christina asked, and how much, independently of the outcome, outings like this one can help Josh or whoever is there, given the atmosphere that was being played, and also just a situation for each team.
Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate that we felt like we played a really nice ball game in there and weren't able to come out on top. And to lose never feels good. And I think that we, the opportunities for a lot of our, players is in their early stages of their careers to be thrust into a variety of situations and be put into hot spots, whether that be, on the mound, in the batter's box, we believe is going to pay big dividends for us as we continue to go. And I know Josh he's a tough kid. He'll take this and he'll bounce right back, and he'll be ready to go the next time. And again, I think we'll all look back on this at some point, and it's part of the learning curve here at the major league level.
All right, that was the skipper of the Fish, Clayton McCullough, today. Again, 2-1 walk-off loss for the Marlins at the hands of the Boston Red Sox. But Sandy Alcantara, the brightest spot in this contest, far and away. Sandy, he's had starts that have been statistically better per se in terms of innings and limiting runs, but this was as sharp as Sandy has looked, I think, all year, personally.
Agreed.
Yeah, there we go. Where are you at? Are you on video?
No, I'm not.
No, okay. All right, Steven will join.
I'll join.
Sandy, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 7 punch-outs. Sandy Alcantara, 86 pitches, 65 for strikes. Let's hear from Sandy after his start.
Sandy, what came together tonight for you?
First, I want to say thanks God for keeping me healthy in the game and let me do my job. I think everything was great today. Defense was good behind me. All the pitches was doing what I want they to do, and hopefully I do a great job today.
Was this your best night as far as command is concerned?
Yeah, we can say yes. If you can tell from this one from the last outing, it was completely different. More aggressive on the zone. First pitch was amazing today, and everything was working.
What was it like pitching in this environment, and does an environment like this bring the best out of you?
So when there is a lot of fans on the field, so you are generally going more high, and you feel more like you have to do everything like perfect. You have to go out there and compete the most hard that you can. So, but today was great for me and for my teammate, so we lost the game, but we positive for tomorrow.
How did the changeup play tonight?
The what?
The changeup?
Oh, the changeup. I mean, was working, but wasn't like having the best movement on it. But I was continuing to throw it, and feels good about it.
What's the biggest thing you take away from this start?
Everything that I was doing since the first pitch, since the first inning, I was completely different from the last outing. More aggressive, more strike, and it's different.
Different pitches or the grips that you're doing this year, has it taken time to maybe get the more consistency? Like today was one of those, maybe last start it wasn't. Like, has that taken longer, like in terms of just getting used to them?
It's not your pitches, so everything got to start from first pitch, first strike. After you get ahead on the count, so you win the battle. So you just need to find a way how to finish the hitter. And today was great. I feel so great today because I did a great job trying to be more aggressive on the zone. So everything was good.
You mentioned the defense behind you, just especially the infielders. How good that group is right now.
They've been doing great. So I mean, sometimes we feel down, because we lose a couple back-to-back games. But everybody's is good, healthy, so they need what they need to do to be out there and win the game.
In that 6th inning, they were a lot of long at bats. What were they doing maybe differently than the other innings?
So that about out there, I like the way that me and him was competing. So out there, I was looking to win the battle, and I did it. So he did a great job trying to hit a lot all the pitches that I was throwing, I win the battle.
Sandy, you always talk about getting back to Sandy mode of 22. Is there a new Sandy mode like tonight, or did this feel like 2022?
It feels like Sandy from 2022. So if you can tell since the first inning, I was, using my below, using all my breaking ball, more ahead on the count. So, they get a first hit on the 5th inning. Completely different than past couple hours.
Alcantara after his start. And again, Sandy, it was a very encouraging start, but unfortunately the result just did not go the Marlins' way. I'm sure Steven's got takes. We'll get to those in a moment. We will step aside one more break. 10th inning show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network. 33% of the way there.
That's Hall of Famer.
Hit 333. 1-0 pitch. That one looped into shallow left field. Profar coming on. He won't get there. That drops in for a base hit. Hicks going to come in and score. Otto pushes to third. And Jacob Marcy drives in his 4th run at the major league level. This guy's 8 for 17 to open his big league career. And an RBI knock gets the fish on the board. They trail 2-1 at the top of the second. In the lead. 1-2. That one hit in the air, out to right center. That's deep, that's carrying well. Harris is back at the track. He leaps up, he opens the bullpen door, and that's off the wall. It caroms back into center. Wagaman pushes to third, and 2 runs come in to score. A 2-run triple for Wag Attack. Braves of yesteryear.
No.
3-2. That one hit well, out to right and deep, down the line. White on the move, he's looking up, and it's gone! Into the chop house, Graham Pauley. Back-to-back days with a homer. He's got 3 now as a Marlin, and this is a 5-run second 2-run blast. 5-2 Fish.
You needed some more production, and then you turned it into guys who are going to be now producing when you need them to.
1-0 pitch. Augustine lines into right field. That's in on a hop for a base hit. X rounding third. He's coming home. White's throw going to the plate. A little bit offline and just a touch late. And X comes in to score, standing up from second. With 2 men gone, it's an RBI single for Augustine Ramirez, and the Marlins on the board again. It's 6-2 in the top of the 4th.
Trying to win it all again. Posada, slow roller right side. Beckett picks it up, tags Posada, and the Florida Marlins are world champions. The Marlins have stunned the Yankees, shocked New York, and this improbable team, improbable ride, they end up on top, winning in 6 games over the Yankees.
YNCA in Miami, WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
All right, the Marlins fall 2-1 on Friday night at Fenway Park. Trevor Story with a walk-off opposite field ground ball single through the drawn-in infield on the right side. And that was how this ball game concluded. Steven Strom, where you want to go?
Yeah, we'll do 2 things real quick. Sandy Alcantara, I thought, met the moment in this environment, this team, this situation. Friday night baseball at Fenway, this environment was impeccable. This place was shaking.
Yep.
And again, you look for your ace, you look for your guy, and he hasn't pitched as an ace as far as the ERA is concerned, but I firmly believe in my soul that Sandy Alcantara is still a frontline, opening day, ace sort of player or starter in this league, and I thought he showed it here tonight. 6 innings, he dominated. I know you mentioned it in the last segment, Jack. Yeah, it wasn't as far as like his season innings are concerned the best of 2025, but from the eye test, the wisdom, this was the best that we've seen Sandy Alcantara. In control, command was impeccable, the ability to get ahead, throwing, a variety of pitches, the velo. I mean, he was attacking guys and, generating weak contact. I thought the punch outs was a great sign. So for Sandy, hopefully it's something he can take and build towards, but I'm just so happy that that guy went out and did that on this night.
Yeah.
Secondly, Kyle Stowers. Look, man, we need Kyle Stowers to slug. We need him to slug. And I thought tonight, another 2 hits. He has 5 hits in his last 2 games. He was sputtering a little bit, but for Stowers to come out here, draw a walk, the double, Marlins, for the next 39 games, if they are going to win, Kyle Stowers is going to have to hit the ball, and he's going to have to carry this team from a slug perspective. We've seen Augustine Ramirez cool down. I need Augustine to make that third adjustment.
Yep.
But for Kyle Stowers, great to see him back tonight. And, an opportunity tomorrow. Thing that's disappointing, and I'll wrap on this, you hold the Boston Red Sox to 3 hits and 2 runs. If you would have told me that coming into tonight,
Yep.
I would have told you we would have won this game. That's the only thing that hurts, Jack.
Them's the breaks. That's baseball. Marlins were 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 men on base. Sometimes it's just not the timely hit that comes in. Like the run for the Fish was back-to-back doubles with 2 men gone in the top of the 3rd inning. Like that's kind of it. Lucas Giolito did a good job of surrendering a base hit and then not surrendering another. Like it was, for me, like as simple as that. Justin Wilson, he came on, he allowed a hit, and that was it. And then Garrett Whitlock came on, he allowed a hit, and that was it. So just, a lot of one-off base hits for the Marlins tonight. Comes down to stringing hits together tomorrow against Brian Bayo. It's Bayo against Cal Quantrill at 4:10 p.m. Steven Hitzier with Marlins on deck at 3:30. Huge thank you to Ahmed Jordan in studio. For Gabby, for Steven, I'm Jack, saying so long from Fenway Park in Boston. Again, the final score, 2-1. The Marlins fall to the Red Sox. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.
Number 1.